Morning, it is Tuesday, it's February 19th, it's Andrew here, and I'm on my own again today. Elaine is off again. First things first, for anybody who is just about putting this on and watching, can you do me a favour and tell me if you can hear this properly? I only ask because I'm using a new camera today, a different camera to what we normally use, and I just want to make sure that you can actually hear this properly. So if you're watching now, you might just give me a thumbs up or something just to let me know that you can actually hear the sound in this, because yeah, new camera. And look lads, it's 10 to 7 in the morning. As you can see, I'm not long awake, so just want to make sure it all works. Now, weather-wise first, actually, it's going to be very wet today. Yesterday it turned out to be half decent in the afternoon where it dried up fairly nicely. The problem is that today we're going to see the opposite. It's going to be very, very, yes, sound is, yes, thank you, that's lovely, thanks a million. Very, very wet today. We're going to see further heavy showers in many places across the county. It's currently about 7 and we're going to see highs of about 11 in places, but very wet in parts. Now, it wasn't raining when I was coming in, but it will rain later on. All right. Papers today. The front page of the Times Ireland edition. Brian Dobson falls victim to fake news story on Facebook. That's an interesting read, actually, in the Times there this morning. He's become the latest Irish broadcaster to feature in false news stories being promoted on Facebook after a post claiming that he was to retire circulated over the weekend. This is on the back of the other story yesterday with broadcaster Pat Kenny. His image has allegedly been used in the promotion of erectile dysfunction, and he's now consulting his legal team. But that's in the Times Ireland edition there this morning. Harris vows to block US anti-abortion activists is another story on the front page there. The Examiner leads with secret plan to manage hospital fallout. Committee discussed it was right to go forward with the project. That's on the front page there this morning. Efforts to clamp down and control negative publicity surrounding the spiralling costs of the National Children's Hospital began last August, when the scale of the overrun became apparent to those responsible for delivering it. And a report says 35,000 new homes are needed annually in the next decade. That's also on the front page there this morning. And Aisling Thompson, who's the Cork Camogie star, is on the front page as well. She was in court yesterday, accused of assaulting two different women, and she's pled not guilty. That's also on the front page of the Irish Examiner this morning. The Independent then says almost half of properties snapped up by cash buyers. Almost half of all residential properties bought last year were purchased with cash or savings, according to the front page there. And construction worker wage rise may push Children's Hospital budget past the 1.4 billion mark. Now, I was under the impression we were heading towards 2 billion, if not beyond, but they're saying 1.4 billion now in the front page of the Irish Independent, unless that is specifically just their wages. And the Mirror then says the Gardaí are compiling a list of IRA sympathisers in preparations for potential hard border after Brexit. So we're now 38 days away, or is it 37 today, from the UK officially set to leave Europe and Brexit happening. But the IRA sympathisers list is being compiled by Garda Síochána. And Tánaiste Simon Coveney insists Ireland won't be accepting concessions on the backstop. That's also in the Mirror there this morning. Some of the sports sections then are all kind of filled with FA Cup draws and so on. Man United played Chelsea last night and the draw happened directly after it. United beat Chelsea at Stamford Bridge 2-0, and they're one of the top trends in Ireland this morning. Your man Maurizio Sarri, the Chelsea manager, was getting booed last night. I watched the last 20 minutes of it, and from what I could read on Twitter as well, people were giving up mad about his substitution choices. Man United played very well, tactically got it spot on. Ander Herrera, superb. Pogba, superb. But Chelsea got booed by their own fans last night, which was, it's always hard to see that. But yeah, I don't think your man Sarri will last the rest of the season in the job, especially after losing to someone like United in the FA Cup, but time will tell. And because you must remember, they've had the 6-0 loss to Man City, and now they're out of the FA Cup at the hands of Man United, so things aren't going well for Chelsea there. And Dolly Parton is also trending this morning. She's been giving these interviews, and she was in the UK yesterday. And one of the things she said, I love this, she says she's confessed her husband Carol Dean doesn't listen to her music, despite the pair being married for 53 years. It's actually a good read. That story's in some of the papers this morning. Irish Revolution is trending, so part 3 was on last night. Again, lots of praise. It's the series on RTÉ, voiced by Cillian Murphy, and in it, he does a brilliant job on it, and people are saying last night they just wish there was more episodes and that it was longer. That's also trending this morning. And Clareburn Live is also trending. Brexit was covered quite a bit last night, and Christy Moore was on and actually sang a song about the Troubles. That was also on Clareburn. I'm going to do a massive yawn here in a second. That was also on Clareburn Live last night. Today, I have a list here in my hand of the 50 things. I'll zoom in there, look, there's a lot of them. The 50 things that put us in a bad mood. Some of the things in this are obvious things. Like, for instance, I'll give you the number one. The number one thing that puts us in a bad mood, and I think most people will agree with this, is a bad night's sleep. Okay? Stepping in dog shit is also on the list. Having an argument with your partner is on the list. And just even simple things like just having a bad day at work, losing your wallet, or going to find your keys and you can't find them. And then someone inevitably says, where's the last place you put them? And then, of course, you know yourself, if you knew the last place you put your keys or your wallet or whatever, you wouldn't be complaining and you wouldn't be in a bad mood and you wouldn't be looking for them. So for the crack this morning, you can comment here, you can text or WhatsApp. Let me know, what is it? What's that one thing that if it happens on your day, it'll put you in a bad mood? Maybe it is a bad night's sleep. Maybe it is stepping in dog poo or piss or whatever. Also on the list, by the way, are bad hair day, icy roads, and then things like your phone battery dying when you're on a night out will put you in a bad mood. That's kind of sad, I think, but there you go. So this morning, we want to know, what is the small thing? It's the tiny thing that if it was to happen, it'll put you in a bad mood. Text or WhatsApp us or comment here, and we'll read some of these out on the radio this morning. Morning to Billy. So thank you, Billy. Billy was telling me the sound was good. Same with Dave. Morning, Dave Griffin. How's it going, sir? And Margaret, hearing you loud and clear this morning, Andrew. Thank you, Margaret. Yeah, I just want to be doubly sure because I'm using a different camera to what Elaine and I normally use, and I just wanted to make sure you could hear everything. So all good. Thank you for that. Also on the show this morning, as well as the 50 things to put you in a bad mood, we're going to try and put you in a good mood because we got a lovely prize. Today, the Killarney Musical Society have given us some great tickets. It's to go along to their Sound of Music production. So if you're into the sound of music, the Killarney Musical Society actually tend to put on a really good night out, and that's exactly what it'll be. Bit of crack, bit of a laugh, and you'll enjoy the show, no doubt. So we're going to give away a pair of tickets for that on the show this morning, details of which are coming up in a few minutes. And because it's Tuesday, and for no other reason other than I'm on my own and Elaine isn't here, I'm open to song suggestions of whatever you want to hear as well. So you can either leave your suggestion here on the video, or text or WhatsApp it, or email it, breakfast@radiokerry.ie, alright? Now, it's 6:57, so I better get rocking. I'm going to go down and stick the kettle on. Enjoy your Tuesday, and like I said in the caption of this, and I don't have the full details here, but I heard this morning, that by doing 40 push-ups a day gives you a massive chance of increasing your lifespan. And this has been taken from a bunch of firemen in the States, and they know what they're talking about. Enjoy your Tuesday, and I'll talk to you on the radio in a few minutes. Good luck!